Good evening, Daisy. Good evening, Tabitha. It is currently Tuesday evening, and by the time I upload this, it will be Wednesday evening because I'm spending most of the day tomorrow driving back to Wellesley. I'm recording this at home because just in case I don't get to upload it tomorrow, I want proof that I got the video done on time. And this way you guys won't be stuck with a bunch of footage of me looking extraordinarily bored in the car. But the thing is, there's no really big difference between me recording it now recording it in the car because I have nothing to say, so I am just going to show footage of the zoo. So before I start anything, I just want to say that you do not have to be a child to enjoy the zoo. But if you aren't a child, you'll probably find the excessive heat quite crippling, so go on a day when it's not over 20 degrees centigrade. Also, the heat, on top of making you slightly very uncomfortable, also makes the animals really quite inactive. Hot animals are not as amusing, like this tiger, who, by the way, did not seem to be aware that it was critically endangered, and these warthogs, and this hippopotamus. While we were staring at the hippo, some kid told his mom that he could hold his breath underwater for 30 hours, and therefore the hippo was not impressive with its prolonged display of its lung capacity. Even the animals that were inside didn't seem incensed to move, even when I spoke parcel tongue to the snake, which creeped out the little girl beside me. Not all animals were lazy though, like this elephant and this cheetah who seemed extremely frustrated that there was glass between him and loads of willing prey. And at one point I also found Lucius Malfoy hanging out in a tree. The most active animals were probably these monkeys. My favorite part was when one of them tried to take what the other one was eating. It reminded me of me. A really disproportionately large amount of time was spent with these otters. They were fighting and it was cute, and now my want for an otter as a pet has multiplied. I mean, look at them. These marmosets were also funny, but they were kind of smelly, so they weren't as adorable. There were a lot of water animals like these penguins and this mudkip and these jellyfish and this headless polar bear. Okay, so I lied, it wasn't headless. Once it decided that moving was worth the energy, it started doing this backstroke thing. Polar bears are really kind of cute, despite the fact that it would probably eat you alive, given the chance. And then there were more monkeys, this weird pig thing, a smiling alpaca, reindeer, cute baby goat things, this giraffe that I named Dirt because it wouldn't stop licking the top of the pole, and this amazing exhibition of Canadian geese. Oh, and there was this rhino there too. There was this really cool Aussie walk thing where there was absolutely no barrier between you and the animals. I mean, granted, the kangaroos are too busy doing nothing to care, but this emu looked kind of vicious. And you see these brown things that look like dead leaves? Yeah, those are actually insects. Isn't that creepy? And that's all the footage I have of the animals. Tabitha, this is what poutine looks like. Normally the cheese is melted, but it was delicious anyway. And Daisy, you'll get a kick out of this. While I was driving to pick up my friend, this happened, and there was nobody in the car with me to punch. The challenge that I am setting for the next few days is to teach us something. You can teach us how to draw, you can teach us how to do biology, chemistry, history. You can teach me how to Dougie for all I care, just instructional video about something. And I should get to bed even though it's only 10:21. I mean, for you, Daisy, that's incredibly late. But for Tabitha and I, that is incredibly early, but I have to wake up at 5:30 tomorrow, which I am not going to enjoy. Hopefully this video will be up on time, but I hope that being in a car for excessive period of dayness will excuse me from having the wrath of you two descended upon my soul.